And hello there. It's like we never left. It's Indie Music Live episode 97. It's Tuesday night, as always, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I'm JoeJoeKeys sitting here with a buddy of mine, Mr. David No Fog Machine Werba, or something like that. What do we call it?
Fogless Werba, I guess.
Fogless Werba, that's right.
Yeah, someday we won't even talk about it anymore. But
we're not even going to talk about it anymore. That's
no fog. I quit vaping. Yeah, very exciting. Joe, we got some cool stuff going on the website. I'm sure you've seen it. You know, it is our business. I'm sure you checked it out. But we have a new phone number. We have a hotline, the Indie Music Plus hotline. It's in the sidebar on the website. And what it's for is anyone can call in and leave us a voicemail and ask us a question about Indie Music Plus, about indie music, or anything you want to talk about, the weather or sports. Ask us a question,
or how
the best ones.
All that stuff.
Yeah, anything. The best ones will play the voicemail on the show, and we'll answer the question. So yeah, I set that up a few days ago. Already got 6,000 voicemails, Joe. Isn't that crazy?
Oh man,
6,000 voicemails. And then we got the new special going on, the Turkey 30.
Turkey 30, baby.
From now until the end of the month, 30% off the entire store. Yeah, we got specials going on every month. You never know what's going to happen.
Yep. Bunch of new reviews that we just put out, a bunch of new ones coming up. And we also have a world premiere tonight, which is going to be exciting. And I don't know, what's this guy's name? Let me look here real quick. Loopy. His name's now Chris Swan.
Chris Swan, yeah.
Coming out with a project called Glossy Soul. We're going to be checking that out in a little bit and getting a little deeper with Dave.
Backdoor action.
So Chris Swan, let's bring Chris Swan in now. How you doing tonight, my friend?
What is up, fellas? Nice to
be here. He's got a new voice too.
Yeah, I'm trying a new voice out. Man, I'm already tired. Yeah, it's nice to be sandwiched in between you guys, just
as
like sometimes,
right?
Yeah.
How else would it be hanging out with us without being sandwiched in between us?
Exactly.
He's got the Tuesday night lisp. You know, tends to happen. All right, go ahead.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna keep it nice and easy tonight. We're gonna really focus on the music. There's no music. There's no indie music news. And there's nothing like that. It's just nothing fancy. It's just straight up music tonight. So why don't we go ahead and get it started? Everybody that's hanging out with us, share this video out. Let everybody know that this is the coolest place to hang out on Tuesday nights and the best music around the intranet's worlds. Let's go ahead and check out Coot Wilson with his song "Don't Worry."
Indie Music Plus.
Hey, I'm Coot Wilson. Thanks for listening to Indie Music Plus. Up next is my song "Don't Worry." You can buy my music on Amazon, iTunes, and Spotify. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and SoundCloud. Thanks again, Indie Music Plus.
Take your mind off the little things. Don't worry about them now. Lay your head upon my shoulder. I can't promise you security, I can promise you the truth. And only one lasts till it's over. Don't worry about that now. The lies are only something to believe when the truth don't satisfy. Don't worry about that now. The lies are only what you think you need. What you need will be supplied. Take your cares and place them elsewhere, to something you control. Away from your pain and sorrow, because you cannot add an hour to the length of your days. Do not be anxious for tomorrow. Don't worry about that now. The lies are only something to believe when the truth don't satisfy. Don't worry about that now. The lies are only
Coot Wilson with Don't Worry with the special video intro. I've been reaching out to artists and the musicians that are going to be on our show, or we're playing their music at least. Maybe not on the show, I guess, because I've been trying to get them to do some little video intros. So I appreciate him getting back to me. And
Coot Wilson. Sorry.
Coot Wilson. Yeah, he actually he seemed like a funny guy. So everybody that's hanging out with us, let us know that you're here, because let's see here. Just say hello. Let us know you're here. Chris is here hanging out with us tonight, and he's coming out with a project called Glossy Soul, which comes out. I can't talk. Which comes out in about 3 hours or so, correct?
It actually came out at midnight this morning. So it's
midnight this morning.
Ooh.
I thought it was midnight tonight. Oh yeah,
came out today. Came out today.
So speaking of that, why don't we go ahead and we're just gonna jump right in. We're just gonna get a little deeper with Dave.
Oh, dude, what about Coot Wilson, man? Let's talk about the tune, man.
Okay, we can do that.
What'd you think of this tune?
I thought it was great.
That's it. What a critique, man. It's the value that we provide on the show is amazing. You guys hear that?
I'm not in the country or anything like that, but I did like this song. I thought he was really good. It reminded me of Cody Prevost from last week. We were talking about him in the green room.
Yeah.
The country flavor. Jeez, Rob, don't look pissed off at me.
Rob is obsessed. No, he's the Cody Prevost song from last week.
Rob would have slapped me in the face if he was in the room.
No, he said it's been stuck in his head all week. That's tune from last week.
True.
Yeah.
So he could probably, decipher more differences, but
no, Coot Wilson, man. This is country folk. I mean, leaning more towards folk rock. Really like this song, man. It was just a really great song. I think there were some issues for me just on the signal. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I'm gonna guess that Chris probably noticed this. Was the signal was it was almost like waver. It was almost like the whole signal, the whole mix was run through a tremolo pedal or something. It was kind of almost wavering. It wasn't a total clean signal throughout the song, and the backup vocals it was the same key as it wasn't harmonies. All of a sudden 5 vocals came in. It was all the same note, and it kind of overtook the instrumentation. So I such a great tune. I don't want to crush his soul on this, but I would start from scratch on a mix in this tune, dude, and just give it another pass because the song is so good. And I just think it kind of feels like an experimentation, which I respect, but part of this is taste. I would go a different way in the mix on this. What do you think, Chris?
You know a lot about country production,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying though, right, dude?
I do. I know what you're talking about. Yes, I do a lot of country production, and this is my expertise. It's called vocal stacking, which I get what you're saying. It does kind of overpower. So it's more than a traditional stack. It does kind of sound like a background.
Yeah, the traditional stack is for a chorus effect, which is 1 or 2 tracks. This sounded like 5 or 6 just came in in a rush, and it wasn't harmonized.
I think he was just trying to make it sound like maybe a crowd of people singing it, or just give it that kind of room effect or whatever. I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I agree. I think the recording could maybe be a little better, but the song is good. The song's solid. I don't have a whole lot of expertise in this style of music, so I don't have a lot to add that way. But I agree. I think maybe another take through the mix. I heard some of those same things you heard, but all in all, man, good song. It's just kind of personal preference at this point.
Yeah, and it's from an artist standpoint, I don't think an artist should be bummed out of talking about remixing a song because it's not about the song. It's just about the engineering, really. Right. It's just a different take on it. So, we get so much music coming through where you have issues with the writing and just the way it was laid out. But I really like the structure and the composition of this song. So,
yep. Can we hear Rob now? Can they hear
No.
No, dude, Rob just won't turn his mic on. I mean, it's like he has like 80% of his comments are hilarious, but there's a few that are just really.
Wait a minute. I thought we worked
really
that out.
risky.
I thought we were going to be able to hear Rob from now on.
No,
Yeah,
I think he's holding back because of those few comments that they really push the boundary, man. You know, so.
All right. So speaking of pushing the boundary, you guys are seeming like you're having a good time. Why don't we go a little deeper?
Yeah.
A little deeper.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Deeper with Dave. Deeper with Dave. Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by.
All right. It's kind of a. Oh. I mean, there's always a mistake in that whole vignette. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much twins, but yeah, so there's a little unique take here. You know, Chris is our guest, but he's also part of Deeper with Dave. So but I'm not going to hold back, man. I can't hold back. It's like the listeners they would be upset about that. You know, I got to be brutally honest.
Why don't we?
here.
You know what? Why don't we listen to Loopy's song?
Yeah,
Glossy
let's
Soul
just play it
I
first.
skipped another thing in the.
That's all right. Let's play the tune first. Yeah. All right, we're back. Glossy Soul by Chris Swan. I think it's pretty obvious to the listeners. This is probably the worst song of the year.
It's up there.
No,
It's up there.
No, this is I want to dig into this. I mean, I dig your stuff, dude, and it's like we've talked about this in past shows. I mean, you've opened up about this. It's like an internal tug of war between you got rap hip hop and you got smooth jazz. It's like I can't think of a band that like bridges those together like peacefully. I don't know what the right word, like, I don't know, synergistically to make it work. And so it's like I've heard a lot of your stuff where it's just, you know, rap hip hop, and I've heard some of your stuff where it's just jazz. And it's like, I think it sounds like you're kind of you're constantly like playing with starting to like try and blend them together and see if you can kind of create a fusion.
Bipolar.
You can create, musical bipolar. That's Joe's comment. To create this fusion where it works. So I guess before we go on, talk about that, just that internal like process, I guess, when you're writing song, because we know what your influences are. So like, is that a struggle or is it like a joyous process?
That's a great question, man. Cause yeah, my favorite music again is one of my favorite artists is Michael Franks. I love smooth jazz music, and I love Michael Franks, and I've always wanted to do like a hip hop version of Michael Franks music. But in the research, it's hard to find the audience for that, because they do kind of use, stick to one or the other typically, generally speaking. So it's been hard to kind of figure that out. When I started the record label, Soul Motivation Records, I definitely, toyed with that. Do I need to like stick to a genre of hip hop that's selling, or do I really just do what is true to me and try to find the audience? And in the end, I just had to choose the second. And but if you listen to my music, for sure, there is a lot of different influences in there. So my last hip hop record there's definitely some smooth jazz, but it was more like hip hop. But I'm also working on some other projects that are definitely more smooth jazz. So what I wanted to do, that's why I came up with a name for this project called Glossy Soul.
What does that mean?
They're different things.
Okay.
So I have Chris Swan music, which is my hip hop music. Glossy Soul is a smooth jazz project.
Really?
So
okay.
They're separate.
Well, first of all, I mean, I love smooth jazz. I was obsessed with Marc Antoine for like a year. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Just amazing, like almost like Spanish style lead guitarist. Just his hooks were just really sucked me in. I just had to play like every one of his songs like 100 times.
Yeah.
And it's like, but the smooth jazz, I mean, smooth jazz, it's not for everybody. A lot of people they just think it's kind of cheesy or something. Yet there's radio stations that's all they play is smooth jazz. Like there's a big worldwide market for that, and there's like this group of huge names like Marc Antoine and a bunch of other jazz artists. I can't rail them off right now, but
Jeff Lorber, Bob James, there's Brian Culberson. There's a
there you go. Starting to sound familiar. Where they tour the world like nonstop and they sell millions of albums and all that stuff. But it seems like the group that's successful in smooth jazz is really kind of a small bubble. I could be wrong, but you read the same thing? It
is. And the cool thing about doing this record is just, I really kind of dived. What's the past tense of that?
Doved.
I dove back in to really listening to, let's go with that, to really listening to a lot of smooth jazz and a lot of guys that I haven't listened to in a while. So it was really fun to kind of dive back into that community and really kind of like research them and see where they're at and stuff like that. And there's definitely that market for it, but you're right. It is a smaller thing. I mean, jazz in general is definitely become a smaller community and a smaller. There's a lot of thumbs up going on around me. I'm trying.
Joe and Rob are playing games.
If you look at the episode numbers.
Okay. I got you. So jazz is definitely is a smaller audience than pop music or rock music or country, but now I completely forgot what your question was.
No. Here's another question for you on this: is when you're writing a song like this, is any part of your brain thinking, I want to see how I can mix some like hip hop and rap tones into it? Or are you just like writing what you feel works for that style? Like what's your approach?
So what I did with this record is I just indulged every kind of, I just made every song sound the coolest I wanted it to sound like. I didn't try to make it for anybody but myself. So you know what I mean? Like, so I just
I do absolutely
every bit of like, I'm going to put strings here. I don't care if it's cheesy. I'm going to make it sound pretty, and I wanted this. So what I wanted this record to be was hip hop beats with like pretty production and pretty melodies over top. And because that's the stuff I love. And so I really went in with it with just like, dude, I'm just going to follow this journey and just make the music the way I think it sounds really good, and what kind of makes me smile and inspires me.
I think a lot of artists have that at some point in their career. They just feel like they have to do that. Maybe I'm speaking for too many people here because I've done it myself. Once I moved out to Arizona, and the first thing I did is I did a solo album, and I had a bunch of songs that I really was just obsessed with producing them exactly how I heard them in my head with no other influences. You know, after playing with other bands for 10 years where we're all collaborating, you know, and most of the songs were never quite what I felt was like, you know how it works, dude.
Yes.
It's like everyone gives their input. It's like, no, dude, the bass is all right, fine. Just,
but you have to compromise.
Yeah, you have to compromise. So I'm like, man, there's some freedom and just like, you know, dude, I'm not trying to sell records here. I just really want to do an album exactly 100% how I envision it in my head. And once I was done with it, dude, it was an amazing feeling, like an accomplishment. It's like, okay, that's what I heard. It's out of my head now. Thank you. Yes. You know, it's like I'm at peace now. Like I didn't have a choice. I had to get it out. Yep. So yeah, like, I
sounds like a really bad crap. Sorry.
No, I think like so many artists, you know, even painting or dancing and just different types of arts, I'm sure they felt that at some point in their life or, you know, career where it's like just a few times, man, I really just want to do this exactly how I envision it without having to compromise with other people. And so I respect that. You know, it's like it's not about sales in that sense. It's just about getting your true art out there. If people dig it, cool. But at least you can like sleep in peace because it's out there, man. That's totally I understand, dude.
That's totally it. Yeah, and it's exciting when you finally get it done. It's just like, I mean, I've been working on this for about a year almost. And so when you finally finish it and you sit back and listen to it, it's like, yes, this is exactly the record I wanted to make. These songs speak to me, and then and then you just got to go out and find the people that it speaks to them as well, you know, and they're out there. It's maybe a little bit of a backward way to do it, as you know, from a marketing standpoint, but I think it's the way that real, truly inspiring music happens, you know, is when you do it for yourself first, kind of thing. So it's been really fun to be able to do that on this one, man. Finally. The go for it, you know. Final
word before we'll move on to the next tune here is it like I don't want to just totally take the stance where collaborating with other artists never works. I mean, there's been plenty of times with past bands where one of my fellow musicians came up with this part where like, whoa, dude, that's like way better than I would have imagined. You know, so it's like it's kind of a give and take, you know, how it works out. But all right, so we're gonna move on. Next tune. MurderDance Klick. This tune's Miss K, and it's rocking, guys. Check it out. Rob, cue it up. Thank you.
Comes around, she's not one to shy away from pushing you down. Thinking we know that it's time to go home, but if you stick around, no, I warned you so. It's alright, it's okay. You got a friend right here, realize it's me. Now you realize it was over. And so are you. She will make you pay for the things that you put me through. I think you may know that it's time to go. But if you stick around, no, I warn you so. Now you realize it was a mistake. Getting in between me and my mistake.
Hey, MurderDance Klick, Miss K. Interesting tune here. Neo-punk, man.
Yeah, before we get started, I want to just say that I want to thank Joey. He actually made a little audio intro thing and sent a remastered version of the song, but it was just a little too late. I just didn't have time to redo the pre-production that I had done for it. But I want to just thank him for making the effort. So, yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
No, it's always a nice touch when we get those, you know, like Coot. Is it Coot Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, I love that. I'm guessing the people watching would love that too. Just getting to know just even 10 seconds who the artist is.
Yeah, we played this guy before, or this band before, so I'm sure if they come out with new music, I like him enough that we'll probably play him again. So,
yeah, man, this was it was interesting. I mean, it's garage, raw.
Yeah,
it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. It was cool. I mean, it was. I don't have much on this, man. I really don't. It's
I like this kind of music. This style, I like a lot. It doesn't really. I mean, it's more about kind of what they're saying than it's sounding good.
I know, and it's just my take.
I like the raw sound. I love the raw sound of these guys.
I like the raw sound too, but it's like I long just for some part of it to be melodic, some type of hook in there that just
it's in there, Dave. You just got to listen for it.
I couldn't find it for this one, dude. Luke, Chris, what do you think, dude?
Yeah, I know. I agree. I mean, it's cool. It's not really my thing, but I definitely see this as being something that Joe likes.
Great critique.
This is Joe's kind of thing. And I agree. This kind of music sounds best raw. It sounds indie. It sounds raw. It sounds like, you know, kids are out skating on their skateboards, doing their half pipes or whatever kids do now. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely had that kind of image. It sounded like it reminded me of the music that used to be on the Tony Hawk skateboarding video game.
It's all parkour, man. You know it's a parkour video now.
Stuff. Totally, right? Yeah, parkour. So that's what it reminded me of. It's perfect for that kind of thing, man. Made me want to play video games. It's good.
Yeah, cool. It's good stuff. Yeah. So yeah, everybody, I haven't been around for a couple minutes, but everybody's
finally.
Finally, dick. Glossy Soul. Yeah, Glossy Soul. It sounds like it needs some rap. I don't know. It's missing something.
Yeah, man. Maybe we'll do a remix. I'll do the Danger Mouse thing and do a combination.
I'll do the raps.
Soul. Yeah, dude. Joe can do the raps over top, where we release a remix album with raps over.
It was you guys know Visual Eye, one of the guys that we reviewed and played his music on the show. He tagged me and Indie Music Plus in a video of two. What is it? It was like two dads kill a trap beat or something like that. And it was all about, it was all like, yo, I own a house in the city and I got to put my kid to school with a peanut butter and jelly. And it was pretty fun.
All right. Hold on. I got one more thought here, dude. Serious moment here. All right. I don't think we've seen your best stuff yet, Chris. Honestly. That's my take. I don't want you to take that the wrong. I don't think we've seen your best song. I don't think we've heard your best song that you'll ever write in your life.
I'm just getting started.
Dude, you have so much talent, man. Like as a piano player, Jesus, like 25 years and you're playing with these genres. It's like it. Yeah, I don't know. I look forward to that moment where it all comes together.
Let me just say, as a guy that was in a band with Loopy where I played the keyboards, it was a little daunting. Because he wrote all the music, and like if I played something wrong, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
He was going to tell me, he's like, "Oh, that's not really right. It's more like this."
Yeah. Well, you were awesome, dude. You did it. You did great. But it's just one of those things where when you write something, you want like your specific way, you know. But
exactly.
You got to let it be. You know, when you're in a band, you got to let other people kind of do it their way. So
and then you were good back in the day too about like letting loose and doing what Dave would say and be like, oh yeah, man, that's better than what I thought it would be, you know.
Exactly. Totally. You got to give into that.
About collabing with people.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And I appreciate the comments, Dave. And for sure, I'm just getting started, baby. So a lot more to come.
Good, dude. Something's going to happen with you, man. I'm like, seriously, dude, you've been playing with like the rap hip hop. It's like you're, even being in the industry so long, it's like I don't know. I just think that day is going to come where it's just like, whoa, I'm just going to get floored by a Chris Swan song. It's like, whoa, dude, you just pulled it all together right there.
Thanks, buddy.
And yeah, It's
all right. So
yeah.
enough. You guys need to get a room or something. So let's speaking of collabing and whatever, there was a point I was going to make about this video, but anyway, this is a wonderful, beautiful couple in the song called Garden of Potential. I don't know if they're actually a couple, but it's a man and a woman, and it's Wolf and Moon. I believe that this is a duo project. I haven't really dug too deep into who this artist actually is, but the video and the song is awesome.
I know what happened here, Joe.
What?
I have a story. I know the story. I'll get to
cool.
it. Yeah.
Rob, cue it up, brother. Here we go, Joe. Oh, wait, that's me. Indie Music Live, episode 97. I'm JoeJoeKeys, hanging out here with a couple of sexy dudes.
Thank you.
Fogless Werba and Glossy Soul Swan.
Glossy Swan.
Ooh.
All right, so if you're hanging out with us, let us know. Say hello in the comments. We got a comment on YouTube, says, nice song, Loopy or Chris on Glossy Soul. I enjoyed it very much, so much so that they decided to comment on YouTube, which is cool. You can do the same thing. So Wolf and Moon, I thought these guys were, this guy and girl, were really, really great. I like this song a lot. Rob's kind of giving me the nod of like, you know, but I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was
Rob's doing the Larry David.
I like the, you know, these two seem like really free spirits, if you know what I mean.
I know the story here, Joe. Here's what happened, dude. The guy, he grew up heavy metal, played in a heavy metal band. Then he met this hippie chick. And they fell in love. They moved to the forest. They built a log cabin. And this is the first song they wrote together. But again, I've been so repetitive on this. Like the video just like adds so much to it.
Yeah.
Just the feeling of it, man. Like as I was listening, if I didn't see this video, you try and put like a face to that voice, you would not picture, you know, this guy, you know, and that's obviously it's nothing negative or anything. I was really enthralled by it. It was kind of that vibe, like washed out, the man washed out, you know, feel it all around. Same with like Bon Iver. Just really like pulls you in. It like when you're listening, you just at least I wanted to just kind of close my eyes and just feel it. And it's kind of a rare experience where the song just makes you want to sit and just stop and just like respect it for a while. It looks like they had like a drone going in the video, just like the nature. Love that, dude. It just added to the atmosphere of the song. And I like
Chris,
where it's going, dude.
Musical references that Dave was making, right?
Yeah.
Every single one. Drone, totally. I totally agree, man. It's definitely one of those like atmospheric songs or ambiance songs that kind of puts you into a certain kind of trance, and I think that's
trance.
Great music does that, you know. It reminded me a little, in some ways, a little bit of Radiohead in some pieces, but kind of had that same effect like when I listened to Radiohead, which is one of the only rock bands I listened to. And so, but it had that same kind of effect as like Radiohead, where you just kind of go into a trance and you, even if you don't understand what they're talking about, you understand it on a musical, emotional level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is really cool, like what good music does. Deep. So yeah, I thought it was totally a cool, pretty song, and the video was great. So
I think we need to give Chris a new segment. It's called Deeper with Chris.
Even
Joe, help me out here though, dude. There's a pinch of like old school rock in here. I think it was like Led Zeppelin. There's just like a trace of Led Zeppelin in the background. I couldn't place it. Did you hear anything like that?
Not Led Zeppelin necessarily. And I have to get back to you on that one.
There's something.
I think we should let our resident hip hop reviewer introduce the next tune.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I like this one. And I can't remember the name of it. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Fulfill, right? Pedro Ramon.
Yeah, so build up to it. Give us a good little introduction. This is your practice.
Ramon.
All right. Pedro.
Oh, yo.
No, don't do that. This is some real hip hop right here. This is my man, Pedro. He's definitely throwing down with some legit beats and some great hooks. A real musical hip hop tune. I really dig it. This is Fulfill.
Good job.
Ramon.
You can accomplish much. Focus on the finish line, even if it gets tough. Keep pushing, almost up the hill. When it comes to life, go and get you fulfilled.
There's some things in this life buried down deep inside. We all gotta pay a price to get what we want in life. Oh, there's some things in this life buried down deep inside. We all gotta pay a price to get what we want in life.
Paying homage, I was born in anytime, where anything is possible, like Leo and his Oscar win. I left the army with a dream in my chest. I cleared many obstacles, my best isn't optional. I see the days where I'm picking out shoes, industry showing love, finish paying dues. Higher tax bracket where I claim profit. Angel investor with real deep pockets. Everybody notice me when I'm up on the stage. I like to hear them when they screaming cause they know my name. But my name is righteous and I'm righteous, lighting up in flame and telling you like this: you can accomplish much. Focus on the finish line even if it gets tough. Keep pushing, almost up the hill. When it comes to life, go and get your fulfilled.
There's some things in this life buried down deep inside. We all gotta pay a price to get what we want in life. Oh, there's some things in this life buried down deep inside. We all gotta pay a price to get what we want in life. Oh, there's no better time than now. Take a moment to figure out what your life will be all about.
People counting on me, and I'm counting on them, cause they pushing me to limits that I never knew I had. If it wasn't for my friends, it wasn't for my enemies, I would not achieve all the things that are meant for me. Listen to your heartbeat, guide it with your brain. Listen to your heart speak like.
There you have it. Fulfill with my man Pedro Ramon. Dude, that's a head bobber. That's a head thinker. I like this tune a lot, man. I think the groove is great. The beat is great. It's real musical, which is something.
You sound like Tony the Tiger.
Great. But it's something that's missing a lot of hip hop these days, man, is the musical element. And I dug it. I dug the beat. His flow is dope. It's 5, and I'm saying, you know, top 20 probably for sure. So his flow is great. And I like his style. I like the sound of his voice. Lyrically solid.
He's fan. Positive too. He's really positive. One thing that I liked that this guy did was he had a class design 30 different, like a kindergarten class or something, design 30 different covers for his album. And he was doing something for a fundraiser for that, but it was whatever he was doing. It was really, I remember it striking me as it was really cool and unique.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I dig that.
I'm feeling real nitpicky tonight. I don't know what it is.
Now Dave's gonna come tear it apart.
Yeah, tear it apart. No, it was a good tune. I was digging it. This is real nitpicky here. Is the bridge when you get into the chorus? I'm looking for just like a better flow into the chorus, because once the chorus kicks in, it's like boot, doot, doot, doot. It's like the stresses of the chorus. It was just a little choppy in that like first section where it kind of like broke the flow of the tune for me, you know. And it's just like it's a real simple tweak, and you know, just a little change the dynamic of how that the chorus right when it comes in. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little Simon Cowell-ish tonight, but I didn't faint. So
cool. Well, on that note, let's just move on to the last tune then for the night. Everybody's hanging out with us. Thanks a lot to Carlos Phoenix. How you doing, my friend? The live streamer king himself is here. And this guy live streams all the time, so check him out. What? Carlos Phoenix. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what Rob said. Yes, I am. Okay, yeah.
I am.
Robert Hicks, ladies and gentlemen, running the shit for us tonight on Hixvideo. Yes, sir. He's always live streaming. All right, Rick Denzien, go out and play on Indie Music Live. We'll be right back.
There ain't no big payday. We on some useless slubs. We all got bills to pay. We running in the red, no matter what they say. We eat the tainted meat. They got the tryptophan. Go out and play.
Live, Rick Denzien, Go Out and Play. Let me just say before I throw this over to you guys, I really enjoyed this song. I think the song itself is pretty good. But having said that, the mix, man, the mix is pretty rough for me. I feel like there's a lot of really good instrumentation and production going on, but for some reason, all I can really hear is drums and bass on a lot of the songs. So I'm a little disappointed in that, but I really enjoyed the song. So what do you guys think?
Chris Swan's going first here.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Hey, man.
Thanks, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, it definitely has that like catchy hook to it, like da 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 da. That's a good little catchy melody, which is great. I agree, though. It kind of sounds like a demo to me, like maybe not a finished mix. I think it could just be reworked a little bit. I think the song's solid, though. I mean, it has some good, catchy little elements to it and stuff. So for me, it's just like kind of what you were saying, Joe. Like just, I think the mix could just be a little better on the technical side.
Yeah.
But I like that little catchy melody. Like it's definitely a good little hook that'll get stuck in your head. So that's good.
Yeah, I agree on the catchy melody for sure. That I was looking for a little more energy in the vocals here. It was just it sounded really passive. Which just kind of fit with the mix needing just more oomph. And the bass line, actually, if you really listen, I really dug the bass line, and it was too buried for me. Like that, I think that should be more out in the mix where people can hear it, almost like a bass line for the tune, like the whole song. Just kind of I don't know. It just needed more separation in the instrumentation. It needed more energy. So yeah, this is another tune I would definitely remix, man. And it's frustrating. It is a little frustrating critiquing this, especially when the song is good and it's just a matter of like tweaking the knobs, where maybe the artist like was experimenting, trying to mix it himself instead of having a professional just run a pass. Dude, that's a huge difference. Like, that's huge.
Knobs.
Yeah. Tweak some knobs for us, Joe.
Hey, Chris, why don't you let us know one more time where we can find Glossy Soul and give us a little brief synopsis?
Yes. Good word. Good word, buddy. Glossy Soul, Music to Succeed to. Just happen to have a copy right here. Look at that.
Oh, God. What? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Just came out today, and you can get it at my website, soulmotivationrecords.com. Right on that homepage. Oh, there's going to be, he's got it down there on the ticker. Nice work. Dude. Yeah, I can't read it on my screen, but yeah, the information is down there below. soulmotivationrecords.com. Thanks, Rob. And go get Glossy Soul, Music to Succeed to. Man, it's just been a year in the making. I'm excited to finally have this record out, and I think you're really going to dig it if you dig smooth jazz or groovy hip-hop beats with pretty little piano melodies. So,
gorgeous.
Yeah, check it out.
Cool. Fabulous Werba. Any last final words this evening, my friend?
GlossySwan.net. I bought the domain during the show. And,
how much?
It's about $40 and
worth it.
No, you actually did Glossy Hole.
It's actually the website's going to show images of swans like lubed up with oil.
Oh boy,
it's kind of walking across.
Either that or an environmental hazard, one of the two.
Yeah. Good luck. Swans are mean too, man. Good luck getting them to lay down for that.
All right, you must know. All right, Rob Hicks, thanks for hanging out with us and pushing the videos and driving the ship for us on Hixvideo. You can catch this guy. He's actually a producer of some pretty big shows around town on the internet these days. So
he's the man. Rob is the man. We haven't stressed this. Nights? We haven't stressed this in a long time. Rob Hicks is the man. Like he's one of maybe like a handful of people worldwide that have mastered live stream production. Seriously, I'm not even exaggerating, dude. So yeah, if you're interested in doing a show, he does pilots. Hit him up. Hixvideo.
Cool. Hixvideo. You can see it on the outro tag that we're gonna be doing. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you next week. Oh, I'm waving. Can you see me? Waving. Whoops.
Take your mind off the little things, don't worry about them now. Lay your head upon my shoulder. I can't promise you security, I can promise you the truth. And only one last till it's over. Don't worry